Anything that requires a Chinese ID, like life just becomes hard.
Did you know that there's more than 1 million tunnels and bridges in China?
If you don't read Chinese, you're going to have a hard time to get used to it.
Oh no! Okay, I wish we had that in Belgium.
Living in China as a foreigner might be wonderful for some, but not that good for some others. In the first half of 2024, China experienced a significant increase in foreign entries, with almost 15 million foreign nationals entering the country, marking a 153% year-on-year rise. Meaning more people are visiting the country either for work, tourism, or even to live here for a while. I talked to some of my foreign friends from 10 different nationalities and backgrounds and asked them about their experience living in China. They shared with me the bright side, but also some talked about the difficult part of living here.
How's been your experience living here in China?
Well, it's been a crazy ride. When you start to settle down, things become a little bit difficult. Paperwork, going to the bank, anything that requires a Chinese ID, like life just becomes hard.
It's so different here in China. You need a lot of adaptation. So if you don't have your phone, if you don't read Chinese, you're going to have a hard time to get used to it.
Some of them say China is a really fun place to live in.
I like that you can have like a nice, comfortable life. I like to ride bicycles around the country. All of that, there's a lot to see. So yeah, I like that mixture.
So it doesn't matter how long I've been in China, like it doesn't matter how many times I travel. There is always something new to see, even in the city where I live.
Like many, when coming to China, you need to go through an adaptation process.
So it was very different at the start, just with cultural differences. But I have really enjoyed my time in China.
Es un poco diferente, muy diferente más bien, pero me ha gustado mucho. Todo es muy eficiente.
China is certainly different. Technology and convenience are some of the main aspects that they highlighted when they visit China.
So in other words, it's not at all the same as in France. Yeah, technology like autonomous car.
Chinese people also make foreign visitors feel very welcome.
I like it so far, yeah. Chinese people are very nice and the food is also very nice.
Acá en China igual te reciben con brazos abiertos, ¿no?
My perception wasn't correct of China, and it's definitely been a lot more positive than I thought it was going to be.
Some of my friends share a deeper perspective about why China has become what it is today, and why so many foreigners want to come to the country. One of the reasons why China is growing so rapidly: education.
The education system in China, it's a system based on values. And I think that in many countries around the world, we lost values, where money is everything, as opposed to knowledge and patriotism. And that's something that you see a lot.
Life in China is certainly convenient. The use of smartphones have made everything faster and more efficient. Super apps like WeChat or Alipay are powerful tools that combine messaging, social media, mobile payments, and a vast ecosystem of mini programs, making it essential for communication and daily life.
WeChat.
Okay.
I mean, sure, we have messaging apps in the US too, right? But WeChat can do everything. I mean, it can pay your bills, you can borrow money with it, you can send money to your friends, you can use it for work. It's just like a one and all app.
You don't need your wallet, you don't need money, you can scan a QR code for basically anything.
I love the WeChat. I know it's everywhere here, but not in my country.
All of WeChat and Alipay now, it's very, very easy.
And yes, we all wish we have WeChat in our countries.
I wish the US has something like that.
Oh no! Okay, I wish we had that in Belgium.
I don't know why it doesn't exist in France.
You don't have these kind of payments over there, like your
No.
QR code?
No.
But the truth is, no matter how many super apps you have on your phone, language is definitely one of the biggest barriers while living in China. I mean, try to learn and understand Mandarin. Not easy, my friends.
The language barrier, but I need to learn Chinese, but it's just, I would love to talk to them. No, it's not easy.
It's to be understood and to understand people, but it's difficult.
Right.
You have to be with a good accent. I often have to translate address. Address is difficult.
Technology has made daily life in China better by making communication faster, allowing mobile payments, improving transportation with smart systems, growing online shopping, and adding AI-powered services that help with everyday tasks.
搞科技融入到我们的日常生活中，比如说我现在在中国出门的话，我都不需要拿钱包，也不需要背包，我只要拿个手机就一切都完成了。
To enter in my building, it's Face ID, no need keys, and after it's a password with fingerprint. I never lost my key because in France I lost many times. And you?
Yeah, definitely this kind of biometric payments, like with face recognition. And the other one will be these kind of cars with no driver.
Yeah.
We are taking now a driverless car, no driver. And the car is just taking us to the other side of the city, literally the other side of the city.
They have been using this like drone technology in multiple applications. Even like during COVID, they use this technology.
Yeah.
If they want to monitor someone in the buildings or someone temperature, they put some kind of scanners.
Yeah.
Even drones have been used like to save people, droning people in the sea or anywhere. You must have witnessed they present the show.
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
air show.
We have
with-
that in
yeah, that kind of.
China is often considered one of the safest countries in the whole world. It has a very low crime rate compared to many other nations. One of the main reasons for this is a strong police presence throughout the country. China also uses advanced technology to help monitor and prevent criminal activities.
The best part is how safe it is. You can go out with your phone. My wife can go out at night by herself and there's no worry. So that freedom from fear is something that I value very, very highly.
We feel like very safe in the streets.
But you didn't know it was like that. You never heard like China was safe like this?
No.
I also ask my friends when it comes to convenience, what is their favorite aspect of their life in China? This is what they told me.
I would have to take the public transport like QR code. So just being able to whip out your phone or whatever you have and just scan it straight away is so much easier. In Australia, you have to buy Mike, make sure you top it up and everything like that, and you can just scan here.
The delivery system. I mean, you can have anything in less than 20 minutes with all those apps, and I think this is fantastic.
The delivery is surely way more developed than my country. It's very easy to order some food at home or order some packages. Works pretty well.
El hecho de que puedes comprar todo, rentar todo con un QR y todo lo tienes en tu teléfono. Solo escaneas el QR y ya puedes ordenar comida o productos, todo.
Yo creo que las power banks, porque acá en China están en todos lados, entonces es muy fácil agarrar una, ya se te está acabando la batería, la agarras, es barato.
But for some of my friends, food is actually their favorite part of living in this country.
¿Cuál ha sido tu parte favorita?
Yo creo que la comida.
It has to be the food. I love the fresh hand-pulled noodles. I lost a lot of weight actually living in China.
Oh.
I think it just fits my body better.
Right.
The Chinese diet.
Accessibility to like Chinese food. All right. It's it's awesome. I'm getting a bit fat, but no, it's been awesome. I really like it.
We also agree on something. Transportation infrastructure in China is top-notch. Enjoying affordable high-speed trains, clean and modern subway systems, amazing airports definitely make life in China more enjoyable.
You've seen the high-speed rail, you've seen the roads. Did you know that there's more than 1 million tunnels and bridges in China? 1% of that in Colombia. That would speed up our economy in a way that cannot be imagined at this point.
And so a lot of the things that now make life easier in China, like the taxi, the high-speed train, and this other stuff, it's much easier to live, basically, make life much more convenient.
其实有一个东西我觉得很方便，就是手机的地铁卡。你在手机里面可以装地铁卡，然后公交车和地铁都直接靠手机就可以进去了。我觉得这个东西真的很方便。
The transportation are amazing here. Because there's so many people living in China, and the subway system is well maintained, is new.
But what if we compare these technologies with the ones in your country?
When I go back to Belgium, I always forget to bring my wallet or I have to pay for a bread. I'm like, oh, I cannot pay with my phone.
虽然西班牙也有了，但是中国的手机支付是真的另外一个水平了。因为西班牙手机支付现在也没有那么融入到社会里面，所以很多人还是不会用的。但是在这里，你去任何地方只要扫个二维码就可以了。
I've seen the difference in Europe now. Slowly, they are introducing some of the systems that they have in China already. But I think the payment system is very convenient. Like they're easy to pay, to split bills. Still, a lot of people, I would say like 90% of people are using cash.
The lifestyle is different. So in North America, we have a car culture. So cities are made to drive a car around, and it's normal to drive a long distance to go in different areas. And contrary here in China, since they've been developing in the last 40 years intensively for a lot amount of people, then they really taught the urbanization in a way for public transportation rather than a car culture.
So, would you dare to drive in China?
I don't drive in China because
would you consider to
yes, I would drive in China, but it's a different type of driving. Of course, the idea of courtesy here and when driving, you need to get used to it. Yeah,
Totally.
Lots of motorcycles and going around because there's so many people.
Yeah,
personal space. I feel is smaller here.
Yeah.
So if you're in a metro, if the metro is packed, is really packed compared to Canada, I feel.
Right.
And same for the car. For us, I think maybe a car will stop 3 or 4 meters from you. Here they can just go much closer, and everybody's so normal about it.
Yeah, that's
for me, it makes me anxious.
I also ask one last question. What is your least favorite part of living in China?
I don't know. Sometimes some people are a little bit inconsiderate. For example, if you're not going to pick after your dog, then perhaps you shouldn't have a dog. That's one thing. Seeing no smoking signs and people smoking right next to it. So it's little things that irk me, that bother me.
I'm least interested in busy cities like Shanghai because I really need some peaceful time for my study and this research. The cities like Shanghai, they have too much crowded, too much noise, so I cannot properly focus on my
So
work.
you don't go often to Shanghai, for example?
Yes, I.
其实吧，我觉得因为我生活在北京，北京是一个很庞大的地方，所以我们在交通时间和游泳的时间比较长。比如说，我在北京，我要是能在1小时之内到达地方，我就觉得很近了。但是可能都走了30公里，我觉得这个事情会让我觉得我有很多时间都在路上，这个我不太习惯。
As foreigners, we get the attention of locals, especially in small towns or rural areas. So if you come to China, you might need to get used to the fact that people will stare at you more often than not.
I don't like being called Lao Wai every time I see somebody, so that it's not that much, but yeah.
When you hear somebody calls you Lao Wai, do you correct them somehow?
I'm trying to just let it go, but something I'd like to say is Rahona, which means and your point. It often puts them in a situation where they have to realize, why did I say he was a Lao Wai?
Especially for me, since I don't live in a very big city, I really stand out as a foreigner. So often people are pointing fingers or calling me Lao Wai, which means foreigner. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes
very nice.
By myself, yeah.
But after all, living in China is a beautiful, rich experience.
You hear a lot of things about China, good and bad. My perception wasn't correct of China, and it's definitely been a lot more positive than I thought it was going to be.
You come to China, I think you'll find that it's very easy to get along with people.